Hey, what's going on, guys? So here I am going to give you a nice little walkthrough of Tango. Tango is essentially an application to where if you wanted to send instructions to somebody on how to go about using something, kind of like instructions on, I guess the best way I can describe this is if like your customer or someone who's not yet tech savvy, like maybe you are, this would be a great application or a great tool for you to use to essentially send them written out step-by-step instructions without you actually writing them out. So how do you plan on using Tango? Best practices is probably going to be the big thing for me. SOPs, making sure that employees are also good, but also I do want to help it for customer or use it for helping customers, walk through certain things, customer trainings, teaching and education, employee training, truthfully, the whole six here, right? But depending on who you are, if let's say you are a fitness coach, more than likely, you're not going to be hiring 20 different people. You may just be hiring one or two. So you may not necessarily need to make a Tango account for that one employee, but you may want to use it for teaching and education of your clients of best practices for their nutrition programs or maybe their workouts and things like that. If you're in another industry, maybe you're a real estate agent and you're watching this and you need to walk a customer through going through a certain application process, this would be something that's useful as well. Again, for people who aren't as necessarily tech savvy, I know sometimes we have to walk people through in person or on video calls. Maybe this might save you a ton of time. So here, you're going to put in your role. For me, customer support, educator, engineering. I mean, I got a couple different roles that I can put here. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put founder. How did you find Tango? This was actually word of mouth. So let's go through here. Kevin's workspace, right? Let's kind of name it that. Let's see if we can change the icon here. Let's go with the avocado. Next, invite a teammate. Not necessarily going to mess with that right now. We'll get into that later. So learn how to use Tango. Essentially, you're going to walk through, watch this video, and essentially go through the training process. I'm going to pause it here and this is really my first time using it aside from watching somebody else. So I'm going to pause it, watch this video myself, and then come back to it. Okay, just kidding. I did watch the video and it's only 1 minute and 26 seconds long. So actually we're going to watch it together here because I definitely think it's super beneficial for you to watch it, especially since this is also the first time that I'm doing this. This caught my attention because somebody else is using it. And again, it'll be super beneficial for you to use as well. So let's go ahead and play it together.
Hello, and we're so glad you're here. I'm Colin, Lifecycle Marketer with Tango. This is a quick video on how to get started with our extension. The next time you are creating an SOP or any kind of documentation, don't overthink it. Just complete the process as you would normally, but with the Tango extension activated. As an example, let's say I'm training a new hire and I want to show them how to create a contact in HubSpot. As you can see, I'm here in HubSpot. The first thing I'll do is I'll click on the Tango extension and then click Capture Workflow. Then I'll go through the process as I would normally. I'll click Create Contact, and I'll add this person's information. I'll click Create. And then I'm going to look at the steps that we've captured. I'm happy with all of them. If I wanted to, I could delete any of these steps. We'll go ahead and click the green check mark to complete the capture. And then you'll see that a Tango will automatically be generated in a new tab where you can then edit the name, the step names, the step descriptions, or the images. Once you're happy with your Tango, save it. And then you can share it either via email, sharing the link, copying it into a Google Doc, downloading a PDF, or embedding it into a knowledge base like Notion or Confluence. We're thrilled you're starting your Tango journey. And if you need any assistance, please drop us a line at support@tango.us. Have a great day.
Cool. So let's give this a go here. We're going to try out Capture. Capture started. Let's do something on Monday. Monday.com is going to be the best thing here, especially for, there we go. Cool. Don't necessarily need anything there right now. Let's go into sales, OMG sales. Okay, let me close out of this. I don't necessarily need this, right? Delete. Click workspaces, selections, click on OMG sales. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So for us, right, the big thing is we keep track of all of our leads here, and we're going to want to make sure that everyone is added in here in terms of the leads that we're keeping track of, right? As you can tell, Tango on the side here is keeping track of all of that stuff. So let's just go ahead and say that we're trying to give somebody some training on here in order to add a lead. And then we're, of course, going to change the title of the encryption or the description here that Tango is creating. Let's say that we want to add a specific lead. Believe that we've added everyone so far that we need to. Ben, Ivan. Yeah, so we're good here, right? Awesome. So let's go ahead and delete this because those were not what we wanted to do yet. I was just messing around with it. That's the cool part about this, is that you can actually like delete certain things. But anyways, if we want to add a lead, right, we then type in the name of the lead, right, name of lead, and then add the description of the lead source, or add who the DMer was, right. Make sure that that person is that, and then let's say that we found them on Facebook when we were doing lead generation for this specific person. I don't know why it's not actually making the change. Maybe it's like click. Oh no, I would assume that it's going to make the change, but nonetheless, this is obviously keeping track of everything here that we're doing on screen, which is super, super nice. This is kind of our DM process of what we want to do with like keeping track of people that we're talking to and what phase of the conversation they're in and whatnot. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful for you guys using this. Let me kind of get out of here. And then we have a few other things like last contact and whatnot. If you have some kind of CRM, then you can keep track of stuff like that on Tango. Hopefully this is helpful. This is just a cool little tool that you guys can use for showing people how to go about things without actually sending like a video recording or having to jump on a call with somebody. If you just want to show somebody exactly how you would go about it, and then of course sending them a list of directions, again, without video or having to call somebody. I'm actually going to continue the training here and show you guys what it looks like when it's finally finished. So when I was doing the recording of the screen, essentially what it did was, of course, have all of these things lined up here of the steps that we were taking. But the cool thing about it is that while you're actually going through this, it shows you kind of everything in like a zoomed in kind of like picture, so like a live picture almost, to where it zooms in, right? Let's kind of refresh. I want to show you guys how it pulled up for me for the first time. So check it out. It's zooming in. It's even highlighting exactly what we're checking or what we're clicking on, and then it really, really goes in depth of like, hey, click on this, then click on this, and then click on this, and so forth, right? Now the cool thing about it is that this is literally like, it's almost like sending somebody a video, but you went about it without actually talking. Like right now, obviously I'm talking to you guys on a Loom video, but here it's literally like doing a video in picture format without talking, but yet it's very interactive. Let's go ahead and try to edit this. And the cool thing about it is that, for example, when you click on the lead, add lead, let's say name of lead, and then here, click on image, and then click on, here we can kind of edit, click on person who edited, right? And in this example, obviously, like that's how we're keeping track of the people here. Click on person who edited, and then click on highlight, right? And then from here, we're going to click on Facebook. It did do that really well, right? But obviously here, click on Facebook or lead source, right? And we can kind of add in some of those extra things that also matter to us. Click on potential, and then you can then change, and change status, right? Cool. Perfect. Oh, awesome. So I think that this is super, super powerful for a lot of people who are really, really confused as to how to go about certain things. And you can do it really well without having to waste that much time on a daily basis and trying to train people up. Very, very simple process. And then it looks like you can then share the link to whoever, right? And they'll go right to this step here, and then they'll be able to go step by step, or you can share and export it in different ways. Invite your team to this specific one, or you can do it through Slack, Teams, email, and it looks like a whole lot more. Monday.com is also integrated into this, I believe. I haven't necessarily messed around with it, don't know the specifics of what it does, but I don't know that you'll need to go that far in order to gain benefit from Tango.